hear it for the garden. That's with Bob Tanem, America's Happy Gardener. On Hot Talk 560 KSFO. Our numbers, if you'd like to join the club, right here and everywhere else, 808-5600. If you're out of the area, you might just have to dial 415, then 808-5600. David Farrow is my producer, and we have a whole list of people. You'll never guess where I am. Well, if you can't, well, that's fine. We would like to thank Mark Stamos for getting up early in the morning. We'd like to phone Larry, welcome at the station, the engineer, David Farrow, we mentioned. And Mary Gardner is from the representative of the people that are sponsoring this, along with Milo Seamus, a dear friend, and, well, we'll talk Dr. Earth a little bit. Okay, now let's talk about this. This is show number 757. And I want to thank all of you, happy, wonderful people, for producing and working with me in the garden. Here we are in the third week of June, and it's starting to warm up a little bit, along with some rain. That is, it's always great. Our tomato plants are quite thankful for the warm weather. The string beans are up and climbing, and they're all doing quite well. First thing this morning, I want to thank all of the wonderful people, and I already did that listen to this show and visit me on my remote broadcast around the Bay Area. We are now in our final remote, as far as we know, for the year, for the spring, and hey, keep tuned. There may be some coming up this fall. We are broadcasting this morning from Sweet Peas Garden and Gifts in 891 Alamo Drive in Vacaville, California. This remote is being sponsored by Gardner and Bloom, and Ty Slindy is not here, but Mary Gardner is here. And we have also Milo Seamus, Dr. Earth, is here. And we're going to be putting together a great program this morning. And you can call this morning and be on this show. Join the club at 808-5600. 808-5600, and we're here. And if you're out of the area, 415, then keep those phone calls coming at 808-5600. I want to thank Edie, by the way, for handling the show last week. We were having a great time because Bev and I just got back Thursday from Santa Barbara, and here we are attending our third grandson graduation in Santa Barbara. It was a lot of fun. So we had a good time down there. And, we tried, let's see, I'm still trying to recover from 6.5-hour drive. This just isn't my favorite thing to do, is drive that long. We decided to drive so that we could look at the progress of a couple of missions that were damaged in the recent earthquake. Mission San Miguel is going to be reopening this September, which is pretty good. I think they found some money someplace. Bev and I are just quite impressed on how rapid this construction is. After the graduation, we spent a couple of days searching the archives, hoping to gather more information about the gardens of the mission. I visited the Mission Huerta, where there is a lot of work going on trying to recapture many of the plants that were in the missions. They're all California natives, and it's amazing what they can do. We have also, it's quite an operation, putting this Huerta. There's a difference between Huerta, which is a garden that grows food, and Jardín, which is a garden that pleasure garden. So it's a big difference. And guess what? The missionaries, as they traveled up and down the coast, they had to have food, so that's exactly what they are. And this is what Huerta is all about. All right, let's go to Irma from Belmont. Hi there.
My question has to do with a tree we bought about 3 years ago, and it's a dwarf sergeant flowering crabapple.
Okay.
And it's been doing all right, but not too well lately. But I figured that was the weather. It was kind of weak looking. But now we're getting all these little, what I call volunteers coming up, and I cut them back. I don't want a bush. Is there any way of getting rid of those without harming the tree?
Oh, yeah. There's a product called Sucker Stop.
Sucker Stop. Okay.
And that's exactly what's going on. You've had some of the roots have come to the surface, and
yes,
of course, with the sun on them, they're starting to sprout.
Oh, are they?
What you do is cut them back and spray it with this Sucker Stop, and off they go.
Oh, great. Thank you very much.
Irma, thank you for the call.
Okay.
All right. We're going to go to Christine in San Rafael. Hi there.
A friend and I have been trying to remember the name of the plant. Big plant, big flowers. The flowers can either be pink or blue, depending upon the soil.
Hydrangea?
Might be. Like I say.
Got big leaves?
Yeah, great big leaves.
It's a hydrangea.
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 That we saw it in an ad.
You know hydrangea? Hi. Never mind. Go ahead.
No, we saw it in an ad, and he said, my sister-in-law has one of those in her house. What's the name of it? And it's been blank for 3 days for both of us. Hydrangea.
Oh, well, now you know.
I will call him in about an hour.
Well, hurry up.
Okay.
Hang up and get there.
Okay.
Okay, Christy.
Thank you, Bob. Bye.
Thanks for the call. Take care. We're going to go to John in Vallejo. Hi there, John.
Good morning, Bob. How are you?
Pretty good.
I have a question on the recipe for your rat poison you use with the oatmeal and the plaster of Paris. What's the...
the proportions?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's 1 cup of plaster of Paris, and it's 3 cups of oatmeal.
Okay.
Now, the main thing, remember, make sure that you don't put this where other animals or birds or anything like that can get at it. You want to be able to do that. The rats will find it.
Okay. One other question on the tomato plants.
Of course.
I have them in an earth box. I use Dr. Earth's organic liquid fertilizer on them, but
that's
they're
good.
Still not looking too great. I'm wondering if there's something they're missing, like maybe calcium or something that's needed on those things.
Are they blooming?
Yeah, they're blooming, and then now they're beginning to set.
Okay.
They look
now, tell me about, what do the leaves look like?
Pretty bad. They're not really green. They're kind of grayish, and down on the very bottom, some of them are a little yellow.
Okay. I think what the problem is that...
And the tomatoes are kind of not formed very well.
Well, the big problem, I think, has been the weather.
Yeah, I understand that, the cold weather.
Cold weather and cold nights. Tomatoes need at least 50 degrees at night.
Correct.
And we haven't had that for quite some time.
Yes, that's quite true.
But hang in there. Al Gore will come to the rescue with global warming.
All right. Thank you.
All right.
Bye now.
All right. Thanks, John, for that call. We're going to take a little break right now and get back to it. In the meantime, you can dial 808-5600, 808-5600. This is Bob Tanem in the Garden on Hot Talk 560, and it is KSFO. No, thanks for being here. Come on down. Hey, and we are here at Sweet Pea Nursery, and I don't know if we're downtown Vacaville or not, but it doesn't matter. But I can say that anyway, and nobody will know until they get here, right? Right. So it's downtown Vacaville, and we are at the Sweet Pea Nursery. And come on down. It's on 891 Alamo Drive, which is in Vacaville. Surprise, surprise. That's where we are, is in Vacaville. By the way, our numbers at the station are 808-5600, 808-5600. And if you're out of the area, you might just have to dial 415, but that's okay. And I really want to thanks Milo for being here this morning and allowing us to invade a Sweet Pea Nursery, because it's beautiful place. How long has this nursery been here?
55 years.
55 years. Wow, I've been away for a long time, man. All right, anyway, 808-5600 if you'd like to. We lost Bob in Sebastopol. How did we do that? One of the things I'd like to mention is, why don't we talk to Milo? Hi there, Milo.
Good morning. Thanks
morning.
for being here, Bob. Appreciate
Thank you for inviting us.
Pleasure.
One of the questions I was going to ask you is probiotic. What does that mean?
Probiotic comes from 2 words. Pro, from the Latin, which means for.
Right.
Biotic comes from the Greek word bios, which means life.
Okay.
So the literal translation is for life. And that's the real essence of all the Dr. Earth products.
You didn't realize I was going to ask that question.
No, I didn't. You always do this to me. You always throw me the curveballs. But I'm ready for you.
You got it. Just like, let's see, what was the other one I had? No, I'm not going to go there.
Humic acid.
Humic acid was the last one.
Yeah.
What is humic acid? Yeah. Well, we got that answered. We don't have to repeat that. We know that people are out there. Now, mineral content of your products. Now, in one of the ads that I read, or was read, I've recommended rock powder a lot. Now, your product has a lot of the mineral that I recommend that isn't contained in rock powder.
Rock powder is great because of the trace elements,
Sure.
the micronutrients.
Yeah.
I can get the same nutrients from kelp meal and from seaweed extract. So really, all of the Dr. Earth are infused with both kelp and